There's a music. Wallet and watch.
Wallet and watch. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. I gotta extend my name because it's shorter.
Yeah.
Ted.
Tedrick.
No.
No? Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 1745.
If you split them into 10-second segments, that's what we're at.
I was just going by how it feels. Damon, how was your week?
My week was actually it was good. There was a couple of cool things. I'll be honest with you. The highlight of my week was my son Chuck getting a buck knife that he got off of Amazon, and then proceeding to let everybody know that we are now protected in the house. And
Good Lord.
Fear nothing, because I have a buck knife. And even the night he got it, he's walking down the hallway, and he's got a cool sheath and everything with it, you know, but he's walking down the hallway, and it's bedtime, and Miss is in her room. He walks in, he goes, "Miss, do you have anybody in here that's not supposed to be in here?" And he pulls it out of the sheath, you know.
I almost want your house to get robbed now. Just out of spite.
Yeah.
And you can be like, hey, Johnny Buckknife, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
We had multiple TVs. Now we have none, Buckknife.
But he has this sheath in his basketball shorts. You know what I mean? So it's like tucked in. I'm like, something bad is going to happen.
As soon as he runs, yeah. He's going to be waddling. That's going to be around his knees.
If the perpetrator comes within an arm's length of you, there may be a problem. If you have to run to catch him, you're going to have a problem.
Son, you made the tactical error bringing a sword to a shootout.
Then he's in the bathroom, and I hear him talk. Like, he goes to the bathroom, and then I hear him washing his hands. He's in the mirror, and he's like, nobody needs to be scared because I'm strapped. He's like yelling in the mirror, and I'm like, I don't think you know what strapped means. I don't think that's a knife, you know.
You've raised them right.
Yeah, that was the highlight of my. And then, so what's funny is even after that, he got a sharpening stone and a flint. Well, no pun intended. Flint stone, right?
Yeah.
And so he goes out in the driveway, and he goes, he comes outside, and he's holding dryer lint. And I go, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I saw this on TikTok. I want to make a fire with my Flintstone." I go, "Well, do it in the driveway," because he's standing in the garage. He goes, "Well, I'm going to do it in the driveway." So he goes out in the driveway, and he's doing this thing. Now, I'll be honest with you. He's getting sparks off it. He did not ignite the dryer lint. After, I don't know, 5.5 minutes of trying.
Yeah, and that stuff will go up.
I know.
That's a quick lighter.
I was very impressed in two ways. One, that he kept trying so long and didn't get it, right? So no quit. I like it. But number two, I feel safer knowing that it takes a lot more spark for dryer lint to go up than what I believed it took to go up, you know? So it was pretty crazy.
Can I record scratch for a minute? Are you wearing sandals?
I am.
All right, that's all I want.
Yeah, because last time it was so hot in here, anywhere I can release heat on my body, I am doing it.
I'm wearing sandals. Is that weird?
So gross. Do
you not like feet?
I'm kind of disturbed how easy it is for children to order blades on Amazon.
Yeah. I kind of thought the same thing myself, but yeah.
I like how we just skipped right over that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My son was able to get a knife on Amazon. Not a problem.
But, you know, he was so happy and proud. And he's like, "It comes in a kit, Dad. You know, it comes with a pocket knife and everything else too." I'm like, cool. You know, the pocket knife might be nice for cutting stuff open, but you're not going to show your friends the pocket knife. When you get that set, we know which one you're showing,
right.
You know? So, but yeah, no, it was very entertaining, to say the least.
As dudes will do. They're going to show the big one.
Yeah, right. Look what I got. So, how about your week? Anything fun?
I performed at Kenosha Comedy Club last night, and our friend, recently retired Marine Jason Rampa, came out, and he gave us something. And
really?
I told him I would present it to you, quote unquote, on air this morning. Hey, wrong pocket. Hold on.
Yeah, you just wanted to dig in that pocket. I saw what you were doing.
I had to adjust. It deflated when I saw your sandals.
Yeah, there's a Confucius say, "Man with hole in pocket." What do you got there? Oh, that's pretty
one
awesome.
For each of us. It is his retirement coin.
Oh,
it has
man.
his final rank, his name, the dates he was enlisted, and on the back it has.
Very cool. You want to see one?
I have two, Mac. I give one. He gets one. Does it say that checks out with Damon, Ted, and Mac?
You want to see it?
Do you want to look at it?
You can see with your hands. Yeah.
Wow, walked in here like he owned the joint.
Yeah. I like how he comes in. Well, I know I got pens, so what am I getting here?
Yeah.
So very cool, man.
Yeah, and then in the back it has a lot of the stuff that he served in and things like that. So,
I got to be honest with you. This is
he wanted to hand it to both of us, but Only I showed up.
I was not
Kenosha.
in Kenosha, Wisconsin last night. I
Yes,
was
but
not.
I want to thank Jason personally for coming out
Yeah.
and supporting. That's wonderful. He said he wished we could have come up again to do the roast that we wanted to do. And
Yeah.
I just been branching money like an a-hole. I get it.
Yeah. No, I got to be honest with you. I would have liked to have gone last night to see him, but yeah, Jason,
Oh.
thanks a lot, brother. I really, it's a very cool you thinking of us doing
You
this.
missed
Thank
it.
you.
I was Mac at the show. I was also the door guy. I was also, here's the thing is that I guess there was some illness at the comedy club. So only Frank and the waitress was there. That was it.
Gotcha.
So Frank is running the box office. The show starts at 8. Door is still shut. And the comedians.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, John.
That's a good sign.
John, formerly from the show, he's did a couple episodes. Go back check those out. John and Mike Preston were there, and they were like, "Should we just let people in? Why can't they just self seat? They have their assigned seats. The tables are here." And I said, "Let me go ask Frank." So I'm out there, and he's "Oh, you want to come out too? Well, that's great. That'd be wonderful." And he's just talking to the people in the box office, and I'm like, Frank.
Yeah.
Frank. He's like, "Oh, what's happening, Ted?" And I'm like, "Can we open the doors and let people in?" He's like, well, I said I would do that, but I wanted to make sure that no one was overwhelmed, so I said I would do that at 8. Show starts at 8. So you're going to open the door at 8. He's like, "Yeah." I said, "It's 8 now." He's like, "It's 8 now?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm asking you, can we open the door?"
But to a comedian, how unnerving is it when someone gets up and leaves or gets up and comes back in? Now you're going to start and everyone's going to come in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And earlier he's trying to get music to play, so pre-show, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I'm just really bad with technology. Do you?" He turns to the comedian table and was like, "Do you guys know how to use any of this stuff?" And I immediately go, "No."
Yeah. Right.
John goes, "Hey, Ted, that 22 bus is coming. You're pushed under it." He's like, "What are you talking about, Ted? You know how to use all this stuff." If I could have murdered a man,
Yeah.
it would have been right then.
Right. But
So
he
I'm
was
over there.
But he was your headliner.
Yeah,
So you can't
I
really
couldn't.
take him out.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't have an hour and a half of material prepared.
Right.
So I go over there, and I got everything working. I just can't get Frank's tablet, which I think was made in 1971. I think it's literally, said Fisher Price on the side. I just couldn't get it to do anything. It was connected. Everything was right. But I just couldn't get any program to load up. He had music programs. He had Spotify, he had Pandora. I would hit one, and it would just be like, waiting.
When you say tablet, I picture from what's that? The Charlton Heston movie.
Yeah,
where it's like that
It
tablet.
literally
like
was the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, it's charred in stone.
And I'm just
right?
doing this,
Yeah.
making music on it.
Yeah, right.
So I'm at the door, and people are walking. I don't. They're showing me their tickets and their wristbands. I'm like, one person's like literally vehemently showing me, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you know where you're going to sit? Go right in.
Yeah.
Go grab a few other people. Don't care if they paid. Go right in. So then Frank's like, "Well, since there's 3 of you, I guess I don't have to go up and do my thing. You guys can just start whenever you want." Now there's no music because we couldn't get that to work.
Right.
Silence. It is just dead quiet. And I'm like,
And it's on you.
Yeah, I guess we're going. And I go up and I was like, "Hey, everybody, remember me? I'm your doorman. Let me bring up your first comedian." I do a spin and come back. I'm like, "It's me. Get out of town. Let's start this fiasco." And then at one point,
That's pretty good.
I made a joke about my kids wanting to do something, and I point to the backdrop, and proves they're idiots. They should see what kind of money I'm bringing down. I'm doing 3 separate jobs at the Kenosha Comedy Club.
Right.
Thanks, Frank.
You go home and you tell your family, "I worked 3 jobs this
Yeah.
weekend for you."
Do you know what I did?
3 jobs.
What kind of jobs?
Yeah, one of them was stagehand jobs.
Yeah, one of them. You know
The
what?
other one was stage jobs.
So get a little off kilter then. Not that we ever do that. So you make enough money then to probably eat a hot dog with cheese covered in ravioli.
Why are those not Mac? I asked for a microwave.
Yes. Yeah. Our list of demands is very simple. Okay.
No, it's not. Or at least one of them isn't.
I'm looking around. I don't know. Do you even have an outlet you could plug a microwave? Everything
Yeah.
seems to be plugged in.
Yeah.
Also, I think just for 1 second, the zzz, and suddenly this whole place would just blow
I was
up.
going to say, I picture the plug in A Christmas Story where the Christmas tree, that's Mac. And he's
Hey,
got
I-
everything plugged in there.
I actually passed my fire inspection yesterday.
Did they check out the old place?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was Joliet. They don't care.
Yeah, they walked in here and they went, "Yeah, it's flammable. You're good. All right." Yeah.
When we moved into the house my mom still lives in, there was a air conditioner unit in the wall, and then the outlet was black.
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, well, let's just fix the plug." So we did that. And the plug was melted.
Yeah.
So we fixed the plug, put a new plug in. I plugged it in. Immediately, the whole house was like, "Oh, no."
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the wiring. It wasn't the air conditioner.
Ooh. Found the problem, sir. Step 2 is washing it out. We're all good.
So now that's a pane of stained glass in my mom's house.
Yes,
There is
right.
no air conditioner in there anymore.
Right.
It was like, and I was so disappointed because I picked that room because it had an air conditioner in it. I was
Oh,
like,
I know, you
all
feel-
for me.
You feel cocky, don't you? You're like, oh, I got this. Yeah.
Like, oh no.
I tell you, if you want to check this for flammability, my son has a Flintstone. He could come in here. We'll bring some dryer lint. We'll see what we get, you know?
I like how we made stuff. We always make stuff about us. One of our friends, Jerry, a good fan of the show, was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, everybody in town, locally where we're from, growing up, the movie Elvis is in town." I mean, it was like, "Oh, feel free to take my mom," and you're like, "My parents are really excited about that."
Yeah. Funny you should post this because I was just thinking about me and my
Yeah.
family.
I was wondering how someone could chaperone my mother, and it didn't have to be me.
Yeah. My parents should have went and picked her up. That's
Right.
what should have happened. They all should have went.
You think Don can show her how to turn the flashlight off on her phone?
Yeah. No, he doesn't have an iPhone, so it's not going to work.
That was the problem. I was like, I don't know, Mom. Do you swipe up or down? I don't have one of those. It's
Yeah.
one of the two, though. You got
Yeah.
a 50 shot.
Yeah, so that's a weird thing. On the new iPhones, they put the flashlight button in the bottom corner. So, like, when you go to open the phone, sometimes you hit it, and you're talking. You don't even realize you're blinding somebody across the room because your flashlight's on. They're like, why is your light on?
That's cute
You
that
know?
you assume she has a new iPhone. she has an iPhone -9.
She does the one where she cranks it with her hand and goes, Sarah, get me Ted. It's like, Ma, it's not how it works anymore. This ain't Little House on the Prairie.
Hey, Mabel, I'd like to speak to Ted down
Yeah.
over to the courthouse if
Yeah.
you don't mind.
If all the lines ain't busy, both of them, you know, I'd like to speak to my son if you got a chance, you know. So, hey, I got a dead to me from this week.
Oh, God. Do you?
I do.
I do too. It's called the Kenosha Comedy Club.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want to work 3
Yeah,
days.
I don't want. Yeah, I got to go back tonight, Mac. I
Oh.
got home this morning.
What-
I got home earlier this morning.
What's
And
that?
it's already early this morning.
How far away is that?
2 hours, I think, right?
Well, here's the thing. I had to go. I went to John's.
Yeah.
Then we picked up Preston and Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
And then we went over to Kenosha.
Okay.
I took the scenic route.
Yeah. Ted
I
does
could have
nothing.
walked there faster.
Ted does nothing in a straight line. Okay. He does nothing in a straight
then-
line.
John was like, "Oh, you know what? I should have had Preston meet at my house. We could have just gone from here." And I would, yeah, there's a great time to think about that. As you're dropping me off at my car at 11:30, an hour away from home. Cool. Cool. All right, who's your dad to you?
So my dead to me. All right. It's I don't know if I'm using the right phrase, but it's people who kind of mirror, and I'll do that in quotes, but they mirror like the end of your sentence. You know when you're talking to somebody and then you see their lips moving?
Are you trying to say mirror? Because it sounds like you're saying mirror.
Mirror, like what you look in a mirror.
That okay? Now you
Yeah,
got it.
you
Now you
mirror.
got it.
Yeah.
The first couple sounded like you were saying mirror. Mirror. Hey,
Oh,
mirror.
like a
Come
mirror,
here.
like
Mirror.
a meerkat.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah, mirror.
Mirror. All right. So anyway, people that mirror.
That mirror.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say it like Spock. Mirror.
yeah. That's
Captain Sensors indicate.
makes it way cooler.
Why didn't no one go? Hey, Leonard. It's just sensors. We don't. Why are you calling sensors?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it a Vulcan thing? I don't get it. Anyway, so people that
Who's trying to get help with the source? He's like, hey,
that mirror your
yeah,
sentence.
yeah. So like when you get to the end and you're trailing off, and you see their lips moving, it's like, how are you trying to guess? You're like guessing my next word, or you're like a fraction of a tick behind me. So what I really want to do now to those people is I want to start saying stuff weird, but then at the end, like just throw them off on a word. So like say like when I grow up, I wanna ride a bull, right?
Yeah.
And then you go, when I grow up, I want to ride a bologna sandwich. You know what I mean? You just and they're like, well, I wasn't mouthing bologna sandwich. You know, it really freaks me out because I'm watching them say what I'm saying just a tick behind me.
Yeah. You think? Are we in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Like, are you getting like some cross mogenation here? Like,
Yeah.
is that your line and I'm stealing it?
Yeah.
You said bologna sandwich. Can we back up? We totally skipped over the hot dog with the ravioli on it because
Oh.
Mac didn't bring in a microwave.
Well, I just between me and you, I have all the ingredients at my house. But
that doesn't help me now.
I know because we couldn't warm them up. We couldn't warm them up. We don't have a buck knife and a Flintstone to build a fire.
God.
We don't even have a hot plate in the studio.
We didn't even have a hard drive when we got here, Ted.
That is true.
That is correct.
That is correct. I almost was like, when I asked you about your week, I wanted to be like, Damon, how was your morning?
Yeah.
Because I said he's like, well, where's Damon? I'm like, well, he's going to be a little bit late. He had to turn around and go back for something. And Mac just goes, and because I knew, I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because if it would have been you, Mac, you would have been a huge a-hole.
Yeah.
Damon's just going to be a little late.
Well, let's see. What is this
See,
episode?
well,
115, 120?
He kind of defaults. So, I mean, do we even need to say it?
But I just find it weird that episode, I don't know, 115, 120, the first time I'm ever late. And out of that, this might have been the first time Mac ever beat me here. So I'm just saying.
He was here way early because he had a gig last night.
Oh,
apparently.
nice. Okay.
I had to put everything back together this morning.
Oh, I got you. But no, I did. I seriously got, I got about halfway here, maybe almost a little more. And I had to turn around on the highway, fly back and get the hard drive that we use to capture the stuff for YouTube that I've yet to put up from last week. That stuff. That's what I had to go back for. So, yeah.
I'll go ahead and finish the story with letting you know that I just bought a backup one that got in the mail yesterday. So if you had, told me.
Yeah, he literally was like, he would have just told, did he tell you that? I'm like, yeah, he just told me that. Well, he told me that. He could have told him to just come to the studio. But he didn't put it in the group text. He called me directly.
Correct.
Now, I want to tell you this. So while I was here, Mac said he had stories and he's going to save them for the podcast.
Oh.
Do you want to jump in at any time or do you want to wait for 45 minutes?
Before we do your story,
Okay.
do you also not like people that trail off your sentences with their lips moving?
It would creep me out. I don't know if it's happened to me, but I think I would probably distance myself.
Okay.
Can I tell you this? If you look into what is listed for us as camera one, it's a little behind.
Yeah.
So if you talk into that, it's going to look like you.
Oh, it's going to look like I am. I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm mirroring myself.
Mirror yourself.
Yeah, I hate myself right now. I am a huge a-hole.
All right, everyone's on board. Hashtag Team Ted.
Hold on.
We got Damon.
Let me try it. When I grow up, I want to ride a bologna sandwich. Oh, it is behind.
It is. Yeah,
it is
creepy.
behind. It is behind.
It's
That's
very
crazy.
creepy.
Okay.
Now it's not. We're not going to use that footage or anything. It's just for us in the studio.
Yeah. No.
I don't know who it's for because it grosses me out because it's literally just your mouth.
It seems like it's Max Home Movies or something. I don't really know what we're doing now. So
he had it on me and it felt like the microphone was recording me. That's how in my face it was.
Yeah. Well, when I came in today, it said shirts are optional, so I really don't know what to think about that camera at all. So, Mac, how's your stories? What do you got?
All right.
He's been waiting patiently. He's like, okay.
Well, because he forgot. Didn't he remind him?
Right, we reminded him. Then we made him wait for
a
minute and a half. So, yeah. He's on it. What do you got?
All right. So, I had to do sound for Wicked Vic last night.
Nobody likes a bragger.
At this place called
I almost mirrored you on that. All right, go ahead.
The Moose.
At the Moose.
The Moose Lodge.
Okay.
I won't say which one. I don't know if they're listening.
It wasn't in the Port of Locks or anything.
Yeah.
No. No, there was no shipping ever done at this place.
Got it. Okay.
We've been there before, and every time I go there, it's just a place where people complain about the sound. And they all complain for different reasons. It's too loud. It's too quiet. One time, there was this chick there who came up to me, and her qualification was that she was from L.A.,
That's how
so she's going to tell me how to do her job, and this should be louder. And she kept saying, "I'm from L.A." And I'm like, that is not a qualification.
Excuse me, Mac. I'm from SoCal. I know how sound should be.
I should just walk up to people eating dinner and be like, "I'm a fat guy, and you're doing that wrong." Okay. You're not eating nearly fast enough to get seconds before everyone else.
We don't have qualifications either because while you were late, we were doing some stuff, and he's like, "Hey, Ted, I want to ask you a question." And he played the theme song.
Yeah.
Our theme song. And he's like, when you say that's loud, is this what you're talking about? And I was like, yeah. He's like, well, that's not loud to me. I'm like, try talking over it, Mac. Try how it comes in slow and quiet and you're talking in a normal voice. And suddenly you have to start talking like this.
Yes.
And he's like, well, you get really excited and passionate at that point. I'm like, I got to fake it for a whole hour, Mac.
Yeah.
I can't blow it the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. He really does. I got to be honest with you. I've never been happier about somebody faking it in my whole life than you doing it. You faking it every hour.
And he was just like,
for an hour every week. I really appreciate it.
Like, that's just not loud to me. Like, are you trying to talk over it?
Right.
No, you're not. You're just listening to it. And you're blown out, not in LA sound.
Yeah. So anyway, the chick from Not in LA.
Okay, so that was just one of the various people. And in the past, and I've been there, I can feel them like they're at the starting line of a race. They're waiting for the band to start. They're on the edge of their seat so they can run over and tell me their opinion. And I'm not even, I wish I was exaggerating, but I'm not. It's like the moment they start. So yesterday, I tell the band, hey, bring these other PA speakers you have. We always get complaints about the sound there. And I think these other speakers can do better. I'm really thinking about this, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Got this new setup and everything. Get everything set up. We start sound check. Vicky gets on her vocal mic and she's like, check one, two. It's too loud.
And the
Literally the very first thing that came out of the PA, she goes, check, it's too loud. Like, oh my God.
Hey, then your next question is, wait a minute, are you from LA?
Yeah.
Because I don't know that you're qualified to tell me what too loud is. You know, you can tell me you do a podcast with a guy that would say, turn up my cans. There's no way this is too loud. You know?
I mean, this is so weird because last night we got to Kenosha and we're sitting there. And,
Same thing?
well, Frank's like, the sound guy didn't show up. Ted, can you go up and give me a little test of your dulcet tones so we can test this? I walk on stage, you can hear the dum, 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 through the mic. It's like, and I was like, I'm not even to the mic yet. I'm probably at least 8 feet. And I'm like, it's probably a little hot, Frank.
Guess I'll just do my set from back here.
Yeah. It's like, we hear you wheezing and you're 10 feet away from the microphone.
I'm not kidding you, Mac. The top of the mic was where like the logo is on my shirt. That's where I held it the entire show.
Really?
Because if I put it near my mouth, it literally would have been like,
right.
I spell it with 3 L's.
That's what I was gonna say, you're gonna be like, no, just pull up to the rail. We don't have your fries. That's what it sounded like to me. So Mac, that's the first person.
That's the first person.
There was more?
There was more. So
Oh
then,
my God.
yeah. So then,
You get paid well for doing these gigs?
Not enough, apparently.
You should get hazard pay.
That will remain a mystery.
Hey, when you give them the bill, just be like, here's the it's too loud charge.
Yeah.
Here's the I'm from LA upgrade.
Here's the LA surcharge.
So what did everybody else have to say?
So then another lady at some point, I don't remember if this is when guitar or bass or whatever, she's like, it's too loud. And then like some of her friends actually tried to like talk her down. She's like, no, I'm serious. Whatever. And then she goes up to the bass player and she's like, do you have a sound guy? And like, I am clearly the sound guy. Like she walked right past me. I don't know, unless I'm just some weirdo, like with a tablet standing in the middle of an empty bar, staring at it and touching it a lot.
You're literally
Whoa. The tablet? We're talking about the
tablet.
tablet still? Okay. All right. The tablet. I was going to say, that's a weird place for stagehand jobs, right in the middle of a bar. But okay, go ahead.
So she's telling him like it's too loud and they're going to be able to hear it down the block. And he's just like, I don't know what to tell you. Like we've barely begun, you know?
Yeah.
He's literally like, I'm the bass player. I get no opinion.
Right. Yeah.
Like, do you not know how this works?
Yeah. I nod my head and tip my fingers a couple times. That's
I've
all I
never
do.
been to this Moose Knuckle Lodge you speak of.
Yes.
Is it like in an old Quonset hut? Like, is it just the sound doesn't carry in that place at all? Or is it just the people that go
No,
there?
it's the people.
All right.
So it's club members for the most part.
Oh.
Right.
Okay. So they're already.
They're a certain demographic. Like you walk in and you say, yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
actually, my word of choice is nope. And I turn around and leave. But go ahead.
And I've been told in the past, well, that's like a senior member, so they kind of speak up a lot. So these people like feel that and I guess they technically do have ownership in the place because they pay dues and
right.
But man, they really think they run the place. Several of them.
That's well, when you say too, are they older people?
Yes.
Okay.
would you think they'd want it loud?
I would say turn your miracle ears down. I don't know. What do you want to say? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say to that? Music, when you get to a certain age, everything's too loud. You know what I mean? Because it disrupts your train of thought, I guess, because you're older. I don't know. Honestly, who hasn't, when they're driving and looking for something, turn the radio down? Because you're focused.
For sure.
It's not, and the radio's not even loud. It's
I
just,
can't read these addresses because the music is too
I
loud.
cannot read these signs because of that damn radio, you know? So I honestly, you might be onto something here. What you should do is you should start off with it real low to where you can barely hear it and then go until someone complains.
That was the thing, though, is it was... it was the first peep out of the PA, so it wasn't even, I hadn't even turned her like up yet.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, start saying check so I can start making the loudness happen. Like, I think she was only in her own personal monitor, the speaker that's facing back at her at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
check one, check.
I was going to say, save those presets. That's AK, Anti-Karen. Okay? That's what you know.
I did save that preset.
Yeah. That's what we would do at the movie theater. People come in. It's too loud. We would turn it down for like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Let them get used to that and then turn it right back to where it was.
Yeah.
However, when we did Catfish Days, Mac, the guy was like, okay, I'm going to set up these wireless mics so you can walk around, but decided not to turn off the monitors for the setup for the band that was there. And he's like, okay, So you can walk around and be free and everything. Just don't walk here, 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 or here.
Yeah.
We walked slightly near here, and it was like, brrr. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to turn those monitors off. Why didn't you just do that from the first place, buddy?
Well, you mean flip that switch? You could have done like 15 minutes
He
ago.
walked over and goes, he goes, okay, should be fine. Like, all right, then what?
Sweet.
Oh my God.
Right.
I was literally like, yeah, here's the freedom of movement mic. Do not move.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I've done here is I've untethered you. But I need you to stay
you know
right
what
here.
made me angry? It made me appreciate Mac.
Right. Yeah. Hey, other than I will say, those wireless mics had on-off switches on them, so you could kill them. Okay. We were told that the microphones we had at Catfish Day, there's no option for on-off switches.
Well, those are
They
wired.
were wired.
I understand they were wireless, but even their wired ones, it looked like they had the on-off switches on their wired ones because they clicked all their mics off individually. So, but still, we're splitting hairs. That I feel like you failed us miserably. We're splitting hairs.
No, because I said without switches is what was available.
Okay, all right. So
didn't say they don't exist.
All right,
I said they suck and you shouldn't use them.
Oh,
yeah.
And those people are waiting for failure.
I was just gonna say, he said there's more failure points if they turn on and off. So professionals just use ones that are always on,
and they have sound people that they appreciate.
Yeah, well, we got two idiots standing in the mud.
Just so you know, that's how your texts sound, Mac.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for failure points.
Yeah.
Because if there's more places to fail, then they're just going to fail.
If you read any text he sends you in that voice, you will succeed at knowing exactly what he meant behind that. So,
yeah, we set these up on our own. I was waiting for the text to tell me you were idiots and couldn't set up the speakers again.
Right. That was the text. But you read it in his voice, you're like, son of a bitch, I know exactly what he's saying, you know?
I told you guys.
So did you finally get the sound set right?
Yeah,
and you were good?
We had to ignore the couple people that were complaining.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I was like real vindictive. I was like, I'm gonna mix the crap out of this show. I'm gonna show them. And then as soon as the band started, first song,
a spite show.
Yeah, it was a spite mix. But as soon as
I want to hear some rapper go remix, be like spite mix, you know.
I want him to get with Coke and see if Sprite can get a Sprite remix.
But no, as soon as they started playing, like 15, borderline senior citizens got up and started dancing, and I was like looking around for the lady that was complaining the most because I was like, I hope she still thinks it's too loud, and I hope she sees how happy these people are.
You are taking. They're the fun sponge. You're taking their happiness. You're draining this room of happiness. and they're old. They don't have that much time left.
And 2 songs later, she was dancing herself, and afterwards, like during one of the set breaks, the bass player's like, I wanted to throw my shoe at her. Like that would have been amazing. Done it mid bass solo.
Yeah. Well, that's when you take the laces loose and you do one of them kicks. You know what I mean? You're like, I thought you had those double knotted. No, not this one. This one was ready. So that would have been pretty awesome though to see some lady just get rocketed with a loafer in the back of the head.
Especially if it looked like an accident.
Right, yeah.
My bad.
Yeah. Oops. You hear the Velcro. We know it's coming. See, those are the kind of stories you need to have. Those are good stories.
Yeah.
That's a good story. So the one like, hey, a baby got taken in my subdivision out of the middle of nowhere.
No, just like, oh, hey guys, just so you know this, a baby was stolen from my neighborhood. Oh, did you find anything about it? I don't care. It's a baby.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Ever tell you about this chick that yelled at me when my music was too loud? Whoa, we're glossing over the important stuff.
She said, check once. And that lady flipped out.
Did you check for the baby? No check. We checked Mike. check. But hey, I have one Treadflix thing too. All right.
I've been on the. I would want to tell you. I've been.
Yeah.
I
doing good?
I'm back now. I will tell you this. It's not like it was before, where it was 5K a day and it was no problem. Because one day I was like, I'm going to do this, and suddenly I realized I got to turn this down. I was so like.
So you're yelling at Mac. It's too loud.
No, I'm like, it's too fast.
It's too fast.
I hit one. It went beep. It started moving. I was too fast. Too fast.
You're heckling yourself on the treadmill.
Yeah. But I was on the treadmill every day this week, so maybe we've turned the corner. Anyway,
that's very good.
What did you? Yeah, thank you.
Round of applause. So Treadflix. There's only 8 episodes of this show, and I say,
what is it? British?
It is kind of.
'Cause that's how they do it. They're like, hey, we're going to come out with a new season, 4 episodes.
Yeah, but it's not British. It is a lady who has an English accent, an older lady. The show is called, and I swear to God, at least check it out. Okay, it's called How to Build a Sex Room.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that on Netflix.
Yes.
And I've been like, nope, I don't want that in the history. And I keep
Right.
moving it past.
Right.
Just listen to the Happy Corner podcast.
Where they
brought it up a couple weeks ago.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll be honest with you.
You watched that?
Oh, I watched.
Yeah, you're right. Because that was one of the title, one of their episodes recently.
Yeah, I watched the whole 8 episodes. Okay. And again, it was so much funnier in my head because it's stuff I'm not going to say here. But the thing that tripped me out the most. So there's this lady. She's probably 60 or 65, and she's got an English British accent. And she's the lady that designs these rooms. And then she has a carpenter guy who thinks he's a comedian, and he's funny a little bit, but he builds them. Right.
Look at this guy. Thinks he's a comedian.
Right. So anyway, like the guy next to me thinks he's a comedian. He's
No,
actually,
I know I'm not.
He's actually a doorman and a sound guy.
Yeah.
So we learned
a
anything.
terrible one at that.
We learned anything.
Your mic's a little hot.
Yeah,
That's my take
yeah,
on it.
and he's good. He's good at delivering gifts that come from Jason Rampa, and I appreciate that. So, but anyway, with this show, these people are all like, "Well, yeah, they make it secret." That's cool. You have a secret second. So one people, they live on a farm. They have like a double wide trailer. They have 3 kids. So she goes,
How are you making that secret?
Okay, so here they can't. You know what they did? They built a shed in the backyard.
I was just going to say shed.
That's awesome. What happens when the kids want to go in your new freaking shed?
Wow. Wow, you got hot on that.
But
what happens if your kids want to go in that
Yeah.
shed?
Well, because here's the deal. The people that have basements and stuff like that, it was kind of, you're building like a dungeon, I guess, but whatever. But you come down, and in this one basement, the kids are like 1 and 3. Okay. So when they build this, they put a fake wall with a bookcase. The bookcase opens.
See, I just want that for myself. I don't want to have
Right.
a sex room in there. I just want
Right.
that room.
But what I'm saying is, and it has like paint cans. Like, here's the deal. When you're 5 and the paint can is on the 3rd shelf and it's rusty, and you're 12 and the paint can is on the 3rd shelf and it's rusty,
Oh, that's just my house.
and you're 16 and the paint can's on the 3rd shelf and it's
still
rusty.
just my house.
But I'm saying you're gonna start going, does that paint can move? Oh, it's screwed down to the shelf. No, it doesn't move. Oh, okay. And that's the handle for the door because you pull it open. Eventually you're gonna find it because you're gonna go, our house is so big and the basement stops here, you know?
Yeah.
So, but my point is that those are the ones that are at least hidden. Okay. The other ones, like I said, the shed, they're out there. And I mean, they have everything from, you can hang from the ceiling, you can do all, and it's like, hey, cool. But first off, you said you wanted to keep it a secret. You're on Netflix. Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
secret is exposed, you know?
Also, you're right. As a child, if there's some sort of outbuilding on your property,
Yes.
that's the first place you're going.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I live on a farm, and I realize like there's probably a barn or this, they live on like 5 acres. And I think there was a barn there, but they have a tractor, cut grass and all this different stuff. But all they have in the middle of their yard then is a shed. There's no kid that doesn't have enough curiosity to say, I want to get in that shed and see what's in there. Especially when your parents go, don't go in the shed.
Right.
Okay. You know, the best way to tell somebody to make somebody want to do something is to tell them to do the exact opposite. You know?
Don't listen to our podcast.
Yes. This podcast sucks. Turn it off now and never turn it back on. But no, that's exactly this show. That was all what it was all based around. And there's these couples that are like, some of them have been married a long time. Some of them are like recently. I'm like, how are you recently married? And you have like a 1-year-old and you're like, yeah, our sex life isn't good.
Yeah. Clearly it's,
Yeah.
it's at least 1 year good.
Yeah. Right.
It's 1 year past date.
Right.
Yeah. This is, you put a list on our thing about like things that dad.
Oh
Are you
yeah.
a dad? Like
Right.
See, this thing, like that would be me. Like every time this is one you have to add to the list. Every time you go and look for a real estate and you're down in the basement, you find the hidden room like that. You have to say to the real estate agent, so is this where the murders take place?
I did that.
Oh, Tita would get so pissed because I'd be like, because we'd be walking around, it'd be a perfectly good house, and you wouldn't see anything. Suddenly, you'd go in the basement, and somehow behind, like where the furnace was, there'd be like this alcove, and it'd be like, there it is, we found it. And I was like, oh, hey, is this the murder room?
So when and we'll go over this quick because I think I talked about it already. But a friend we went to school with, his parents recently sold their house that was real close to our grade school, so you know who I'm talking about.
Mhm.
And I was looking at it as a possible investment, right?
Yeah.
So I go down and I look at it, and I forgot there was a room where his dad worked in the basement off in the side.
Yeah.
Like a shop.
Right.
And so when I see that, that's the first thing going to my mouth. So this must be where the murders happen. I mean,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and it's a typical cheesy dad joke,
Yeah.
100%, you know. But I like some of the ones on the list where like when you forget your car keys, you're like, won't get far without these.
Yeah. Well,
you
now
know?
I'm wondering, like, do I have to change it up? And be like, so is this where the
Murder's about to happen?
No. is this where the sexuals happened?
Right. Yeah.
Is this where the relations happened?
Right.
Like, is that what I have to do now?
Right.
Or maybe are these people like building secret sex rooms just because they're like, I want to build a murder room, but I want to keep it hidden.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you it's a sex room.
Yeah.
And then you'll want to go in it, and then I can kill you.
We need this soundproofed for many reasons. Okay.
We're really into handcuffs
Yeah.
and drainage. Can you put a drain in the floor?
Yeah. Right. Right. I don't want to know what else you're into.
I think we broke Mac.
Hey, Mac, remember you have two shoulders. Don't do it again.
That was my coffee.
I like that. The one. How'd you hit your mic? I have a shoulder. It's my shoulder.
Dunk.
All right. So, hey, I think I'm gonna skip over the TCO of the week. I want to go into some fun facts. All right. Let's see here. Some female fish will trick males into thinking they successfully mated before swimming off to find a better partner. I don't think it's just fish. All right.
Yeah. I think you just said some females,
Right.
and then just kept going.
They show a picture of Nemo. So quite the tramp.
Yeah.
Nemo is. But how do you I don't know that I've ever like had a girlfriend or like I would tell my wife, hey, that was great. Now I'll be right back.
Yeah.
You know? Why don't you
No, don't get up.
Yeah. Why don't you start the dishes and I'll be right back in a little bit? I mean, what do you say to that, you know? And how do you successfully trick someone? I mean, what do you make the noise like?
Let
know?
me get your wife on the phone real quick.
Yeah. Well, you've been doing it with the podcast hour every week for an hour.
We need to clarify. He means I've been pretending to have a good time in the podcast.
Right.
I've been not having relations with his wife on a podcast.
Right. Yeah.
Every week.
For a good time. Call me. But no, I found that funny because it's like I don't know that it's just fish. You know what I mean? And at the same
Look at the researchers come in. Hey, Jerry, guess what I found out? Female fish fake it so they can like go find other relationships with them. And like, yeah, guy. Like we knew that. And it's not just fish.
And they're like, Tony, you wonder why your wife left you.
Yeah.
You spent so much time studying the fish. She did the same thing, bro. She did the same thing. Tony, this is so great.
Welcome to the earth.
Yeah. So, hey, in true then CSI mode, okay, we'll switch over. I did not know this. This is an absolutely cool fact. Target has a forensics lab that is so advanced, the company regularly assists police departments free of charge.
Really?
That I swear to God. That is, what are they researching that they need a forensic lab?
I don't know, but I hope there's one guy with flaming red hair that has sunglasses, and every time they get someone, he's just like, Bullseye.
Yeah.
And then the Who kicks in. Yeah. The Who kicks in. They start playing the Who. Yeah.
They're like, get the dog, and it's the dog with the spotted red eye.
And they're like,
cadaver
and
dog.
one guy's just like, every time we got to do this? Every time? The police don't even want help anymore because they don't want to see that. Just let the guy go. I don't even care.
Yeah, right.
Bullseye.
Yeah, Bullseye. But to not only have the forensic lab to that level, but then I think it's cool if they do offer assistance to police free of charge. That's cool. Yeah. But then that means, what are you really researching the rest of the time? You have that much free time in your studio, in your place, to be like, hey, you know what? If you get a chance, stop what you're doing. That's so important that we're paying you for. Go up that cop.
You know, some bean counter was like, oh, hey, guys, we got to justify this to the board.
If we could solve a murder.
We thought this was going to be a lot more useful to us. Right. Do the police need any help? Because
do they only go? The other thing is they get to the crime scene. The body was mutilated and chopped up and put in Target bags. We're on it, you know. But if it's Walmart bags, we're like, no, it's not our problem. We're not touching that, you know. So, but yeah, they do have a forensic lab, and they do. It's so good that they regularly assist police departments free of charge.
Now I want to know what's going on at Target.
Yeah, me too, because that's pretty crazy. Now, the last one, okay. I feel like I should have learned how to swim better at an early age. Okay, there's enough gold on the seafloor to give every person alive 9 pounds. That would be worth 150 trillion or $21,000 a person.
Yeah, you feel a little dumb about being really good at floating now, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could just get to the bottom of this ocean.
Yeah. Now, you've offered to help me sink before.
Yeah,
so hold my anvil.
All right. I'm going to need you to wear these shoes of cement.
Yeah.
When you find gold, wiggle out.
Yeah. This is my favorite anvil. I'd be pissed if you dropped it.
Yeah.
Hold on to this.
If you find gold, drop it.
Yeah.
If you don't find gold, squeeze tight.
Right. Yeah. This slightly less precious than gold. Okay. So if you find gold, how long can you hold your breath?
Quick question.
Yeah. Yeah. On an unrelated note, do you feel like you can hold your breath for an average amount of time or above average?
Are you going to show me your basement room? No, no.
Right.
I'm taking you to the ocean.
Right. Yeah.
You have guessed wrong, sir.
Yeah. What is that? Operation Top Gun. Take my breath away. It's all good. It's all good. But no, I saw that and I thought, man, first off, how would they know there's that much down there? I mean, is it just like in reported missing?
Yeah, is that like, hey, we found this much gold in this square footage.
And we left it.
In this
We
square
left it.
footage, there must be that much gold in all the square footage.
Right. Well, given the price of real estate right now, we've been looking at plots on the ocean floor, and I'm here to tell you, a lot of gold down there, you know? So,
One guy was like, yeah, my cousin lost a lot of gold in the, oh, there must be a lot of gold in the. It's just been one game of telephone that has spread to $1 trillion.
Did he by any chance lose $1 trillion right here on this square foot mark? Then there's got to be $150 trillion in this ocean.
Gotta be. I mean, if he did it, everyone did it, right?
Right. All I know is next time I see a billionaire on his yacht, I'm going to be like, oh, I hope he had his pockets full of money, you know?
Did you see some guy just got a super yacht, had it for weeks and caught on fire? And it just,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes the little people win. But then you see your kid. You see Chuck swimming away with his knife.
His knife and his Flintstone. Yeah.
It works, Dad.
I had to keep the dryer lint dry until I got over there.
That rich SOB didn't believe I was strapped, Dad.
Yeah.
I showed him.
I asked Miss, anybody in your ocean that shouldn't be there?
Hey, Bezos, you got any dryer lint?
Yeah.
Let me show you a trick.
Yeah. Okay, first,
I'm gonna need about 10 minutes though.
where's your laundry room? Okay. I know there's one on here. I've seen below deck. I know there's a laundry room.
Tick, tick, tick. I'm gonna get it. Hold on. Tick, tick.
Imagine him just standing there threatening. The whole boat's like, don't do it, man. And he's just ticking off sparks on the flint. No, man. We can talk this out, man. Don't do it, man. You know?
Back off or I'll pull out the pocket knife.
Yeah.
I got backup to
Right,
this.
right.
I got straps on straps.
I got straps on straps. Yeah, I just to take everybody hostage. Just hear click, 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 and the sparks are flying. Like whoa. Well, we can talk this out, man. We can talk this out.
He's just swimming away.
Yeah.
The ghost.
Yeah, it would be him too. Yeah, but he'd be telling the dog, "Minnie, I'm the goat." Yeah, he would. So. What's great is he stopped listening to this podcast a long time ago.
We're
So I
good.
can say whatever I want.
Oh,
about
especially this deep into an episode.
it.
We're fine.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
We're fine.
I'm golden. So he's excited about our project we have coming up. By the way, we do have a project coming up.
Super
But
project.
Yeah, it's a very cool
It's
project.
not a room in his basement. Just so you
Yeah,
guys
it's
know.
not. Yeah, yeah.
It's a room in Healy House basement.
This basement used to be a lot bigger, Dad. Now there's a fake shelf there. You know.
Wasn't there a room back?
Yeah.
No, it ended right at the bathroom. I don't know what you're talking
I was gonna
about.
say, I know where'd the treadmill go?
Isn't this where you started your podcast? Right through this, where
Right.
this wall is?
Yeah,
No.
this is so weird.
No.
All right, so we got to do one strange story. All right.
Wait.
Okay.
That's all we have time for. We're deep in this episode.
We're deep in. All right, strange story. That was a joke grenade. He just got it, didn't he?
I was just laughing because Jordan doesn't get it.
All right, hold on. Ready, Jordan? Here we go. Wait, what? Now you get it. All right, let's
All
go.
right. That tickles him. Watch your shoulders. Don't be hitting the microphone. You believe that? That one got me. So here's my strange story.
All right.
This one deals with death, but the title's too good. Elephant trampled woman to death, then showed up at her funeral to give her another go. Have you seen this story?
No.
Me neither, but the headline was
Yeah.
great.
This is a picture of an elephant like hiding behind like some stuff. Oh,
Right.
you better be dead or I'll step on you again.
Right. We will have no box trucks at this funeral. We can't have anything that thing can hide behind.
See a row of like mourners, and in the back you just see a trunk pop up.
The umbrella's holding a black, or the elephant's holding a black umbrella. And it's like, why is he here? Who that?
Then you just see like a rumpled detective off to the side, like, I always come to the funeral.
Right.
Because the criminals like to see what they've done.
So
it's Wayne May over there. Like,
yeah.
I told you he'd be back there.
So it says, according to the Times of India, because this is not Indiana. I almost said Indiana. So in Indiana, an elephant trampled a woman, right?
No, I believe that on top of it. Yeah.
It says 68-year-old Maya Muma was fetching water when she was attacked by a furious elephant. The pissed off Pachyderm was part of.
God.
Yeah. Let's use alliteration. The pissed off Pachyderm was part of a large herd that had strayed from a nearby wildlife sanctuary. So it's a protected animal.
Yeah.
And
yeah, could you just steps on a human?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah.
I got protections, bitch.
Can't touch this. He starts moving to the side. Stop. Oh, yes. Yes.
Did it.
Yes. That was not planned.
You couldn't see me, but I was moving my lips beforehand.
Wait, you were pre-mirroring?
Yeah, I was going to say.
How does pre-mirroring work?
I just mouthed it. So yeah, it's all good.
Pre-mirroring.
So it says, when Muma attempted to flee, one of the elephants charged and trampled her. She was taken to a hospital where she died from her injuries. There's the sad part. I'm sure there's fun coming, okay? So
I'm sure there's stun coming.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Yeah, there's something coming. In the evening, when Muma's body had been returned to her family, because, over there it's different cultures, different, they don't leave you and you come visit them. They bring you back home. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm going to cut this part out. Oh.
Yeah, but I got to live through it live.
Yeah.
What are you, Burt Reynolds?
That's my Burt Reynolds. All right, so anyway.
Leave that in, but no context.
Yeah, in the evening, when Muma's body had been returned to her family, because that's what happens in their culture, and I'm not clearing my throat, her loved ones began performing her last rites, okay? Unfortunately for them, the furious elephant wasn't done. The livid creature seized the opportunity to have another go at Muma. Oh my God, I am loving this so much. According to the print, the angry animal stormed the funeral, took the corpse from the pyre, trampled her body through it, and fled.
I know this is tragic, but I can see like they're all huddled around.
Yeah.
And one guy just gets tapped on the shoulder, and it's an elephant trunk. Let me get in there.
Yeah.
Let me just squeeze right in here real quick.
We all get to pay our last respects. Or disrespects in this honor.
You're going to believe an elephant can fly.
Oh, my God. So in quotes, her family kept the body outside the house for the funeral. The animal came back and attacked her. Let's see. Reported that the enraged tusker waited near the mangled corpse for over an hour before it began to roar. How bad did this elephant hate this woman?
Did she steal the water from his trunk?
Yeah, right.
Like, where did they get? That's my water. And I'm going to show you.
Was she using a baby elephant to fetch it out of the well?
The skull of a baby elephant?
Yeah. Other members of the elephant's herd answered the call, and the group of them attacked the village, destroying Muma's house. Oh, my God, this is great. Muma's last rites were eventually performed a few hours later after the family members were sure the elephants had left.
They're on a hill like above, like, hey, we're going to do it from here.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't heard the story, just trust us. That house is dead to us now.
Oh, it was not known if anyone else was harmed by the rogue elephant. It says approximately 100 people in India are killed each year by elephants, although that number could be as high as 300, according to World Wildlife Fund, WWF, the original WWF. But anyway.
Can you imagine, like, the wild elephants being like, look, this is what happens.
Yeah.
You put us in a cage. That's what happens.
I picture, like, our story about the robot, the Russian robot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, where he's like, the one elephant's just smoking, lights it up and goes, told you.
Yeah.
Told you this was coming. You know what I mean? But so here's the deal. You caused the woman's death, okay? They take the body from the hospital. They do whatever they do. They take it back to the family. You go, yeah, I'm not quite done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go back to that house.
Yeah.
You beat the piss out of her corpse. Then you destroy her house.
Right.
At least her kids are like, at least we still have somewhere to, and then they have no house. This is an amazing story.
It feels like that elephant was like, I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah. But you're right. I do see where you're on a prayer circle around the body, and then just a tap.
Yeah.
Hey, let me squeeze in here.
Hey, let me squeeze right in here real quick.
Hold my umbrella.
Real quick. I got some unfinished business with your ma.
I don't like the way she gets water. Only thing would have been better is if he beat her with a water bucket. That would have been the only thing better. Like, okay, first I'm going to drink the water, and then I'm going to beat you with the bucket. But yeah, apparently getting water in India is very dangerous. So, but being on our podcast is not. Where can they find us, Ted?
They can find us far away from any elephants in the area. They can find us at thatchecksout.net and all the socials of That Checks Out WDT. WDT stands for With Damon and Ted. I'm Damon. He's Ted.
You wish.
Hey,
that's a shoulder.
That was the grossest thing I've ever said in my life.
That was my headphones.
That Checks Out has been a TCO Productions.
He's got
Thank you
too
for
many
listening.
things.
We'll catch you next time.
He's got too many things to bump off of stuff.